Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And guys, I've had so much fun lately going through this content of what I spend in a week. I kid you not, all you gotta do is search YouTube, what I spend in a week, and there are hundreds of videos coming up that are all just, they're perfect. They're epic to watch and react to, and a lot of these people, like, I've never seen their channels before. Some channels are smaller, some are bigger, but you get such a big demographic of people that just post their spending habits online for me to react to. It's amazing. So I get to sit here, have my coffee, and watch this video today. It's called What I Spend in a Week, 22-year-old in LA. Wait for it. Kenzie Elizabeth. So with that said, let's go and watch this video and see just how much she spends in a week. And we got to do our part first, smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm and getting our 4 free stocks down below in the description when you deposit $100 in Webull, because that's pretty much free money. And so once you've done that and gotten some of that free money in the description, let's watch this video and see how Kenzie Elizabeth spends her money as a 22-year-old in LA. Let's start the video now.
I have seen this video going everywhere around YouTube. I originally said that I wasn't gonna do it because I want to still like myself at the end of this video.
Okay, what'd she say? I really don't want to film a what I spend in a week video because I really still want to like myself at the end of it, you know? Be funny if she says, because I really don't want Graham to tear me apart in one of the videos. I don't want Graham to rip into me and criticize me for buying that one Starbucks coffee that one time when I had a gift card 5 years ago, and Graham still, to this day, is not letting me live that down. That's what she basically is trying to say here.
But I feel like it's really interesting, and I wanted to do it anyways. It's really been quite a journey the past week.
All right, I'll tell you the real reason. It's when you run out of video ideas. It happens to all of us. We all have those backlog of video ideas that you're like, well, when I run out of ideas, then I will finally do that. For me, usually that's like side hustle videos, passive income videos, and the funny thing is people love those videos. It's just, I just sometimes get tired of making them. So for her, maybe this was that video for her. She's like, I don't want to make it, but okay, fine. This is the week, I'm gonna do it.
I wanted to do just from Monday to Friday because honestly, I don't spend that much money on weekends at all. I maybe spend like 20 bucks tops a day on weekends. I spend the most money on the weekdays because I go to school, my studio, and where I work out is all, like, they're all 30 minutes away from me, but in a, like, 2-mile radius.
That's LA for you. 30 minutes away, 2-mile radius. Listen, we could walk there faster than driving. That's the reality of a lot of Los Angeles. You would be better off just on rollerblades. I don't know how cool rollerblades are these days, if all the kids are doing it. I haven't seen anybody on rollerblades in probably like a decade. But you know what? It's faster than traveling by car in Los Angeles.
So my rent, I calculated it, and I spend about $287 a week.
That's not bad at all, guys. That's not bad at all. I actually approve of that. I don't approve of the font with the drop shadow. I don't approve of that. But I approve of her rent being $287. That's pretty good. I bet she's got to be living with roommates. Or she's like incredibly rent controlled back from like the 80s, and now it's just gone to this. But I'd say roommates.
My rent is not the worst that it is in LA. Like, I am in a house, I have a roommate, but I do spend $287 a week on rent. I'm aware that there are people who spend that in a month.
What? There are people who spend $287 a month on rent. I'd say unless you're one of those incredible people who are just like either house hacking it, or they live with mom and dad, or they're just hiding in a dilapidated house somewhere that the owner hadn't figured out yet. I think there are very few people out there actually spending under $300 a month on rent.
And then I have an unlimited Pilates membership. This is what I'm gonna get the most hate on. I don't care. I literally just don't care. You can say whatever you want. Try to get me to cancel it.
Yeah, it's actually, listen, so she's spending $300 a month on unlimited Pilates. If she's made that a big part of her life and she could I think that's actually okay. The problem that I would have is if she's spending $300 a month and then the last time she's been there was like 5 months ago. Then we got problems. But this, don't think it's the end of the world.
It's just the best thing in my life. So anyways, When you do the math, that's about like $9 a day.
This is my favorite when people just try to defend themselves. That's what I love, is just like, no one's really going at her. She's safe at home, just talking to a camera, but then she's the one justifying all of this to herself. I love that.
Monday. So Monday I got a car wash and I went to Trader Joe's, and that was $45 for groceries for the week.
Not bad. Honestly, 45 bucks for a week, Trader Joe's, it's good stuff. Oh, she got the salmon. It's great salmon. She got those protein bars are a little too expensive though. Chicken, that'll last her a while. Broccoli, she's eating pretty good. So I'd say 45 bucks for the full week, not bad here.
But I feel like 45 is like a pretty average amount. To the car wash, I got like a bigger car wash, which was $40.
What? $40 for a car wash? Oh, jeez. What is she doing for 40 bucks? Listen, there are people who will go, just spray it with a hose. Here's my issue with $40 car washes. Honestly, if you can't do it yourself, tops like $7, because otherwise what happens is you park your car on the street, it gets dirty anyway, like 2 days later, so it's the same thing. So you're spending 40 bucks for it to only be clean for like 24 hours. Doesn't make any sense.
Including tip. That's pretty standard in LA.
It's not standard in LA. I'll tell you guys. What's standard in LA is maybe 20. Maybe 20 bucks, or those $7 things you just roll through. That's standard.
So my total for Monday was $94. But I feel like actually I grocery shop and got a car wash. Like, what do you expect, you know?
What do you expect, you know? I like that. If someone's in like crippling credit card debt, I don't know, what do you expect? It's LA.
Tuesday, so I went to Starbucks that morning.
Oh, look at this, $3.45 on a coffee. She could have made it home for 20 cents. My coffee company's coming out soon. I know so many people have been asking,
Graham, where's your coffee company? Graham, when's the coffee company? I want to hear about the coffee company.
It's coming along. I want to take a little bit more time and make it perfect than I would rush something out. So expect probably in 30 days. I'll make a video about it, and I don't want to do anything prior to then, but give it 30 days. You'll know about it.
I got a free drink, which was very exciting, and then I ended up buying a Perfect Bar for $3.45 that I didn't even end up eating. I gave it to Quentin. I got the Citrus Defender. This is gonna save my life.
This is gonna save my life. That's what I don't miss about being 22. It's just everything's so dramatic. This coffee is gonna save my life. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your seatbelt is gonna save your life. Not that coffee.
So that was $3.45 for breakfast. Parking was $4. For lunch, I went to Trader Joe's. I got a wrap and sweet potatoes.
Look at that. She got food at Trader Joe's. She could have made herself some food, taken it with her. She got this instead. And paid for parking. $4 for parking. That's just money gone. That's wasted. She could have just stayed home and burned it. Could have stayed home and got $4 bills and just watched it go up in flames.
After school, I decided to treat myself to a smoothie at Whole Foods with Dom.
What do you treat yourself for what? What happened that day that you're like, I deserve the $10 smoothie? What happened that day? Listen, unless you pass a test, I'd say if you do really well at a test that you've been studying like weeks for, then sure, $10 smoothie, fine. But you don't just celebrate just it's 3 p.m. today. Did it, guys. Did it. 3 p.m. Time to get a smoothie. Reward myself. It doesn't work like that. Again, blowing money.
Then I had to fill up my tank, which was $55. Comment down below how much it costs you guys to fill up your tank.
Nothing. Nothing, because I drive a Tesla. We don't have tanks. You just plug it in, it's about $1 a day in electricity. That's about, give or take, what the Tesla uses.
Mine's like between 40 to 70. It can go that high if you're in that bad of an area in Los Angeles.
And the thing is, she means by bad area of Los Angeles, she actually means the really nice areas of Los Angeles, because the nicer the area you go in, the higher gas prices get. And you could say that, maybe the land is more expensive, or maybe they're renting land that costs them more in a nicer area and that cost gets passed on to the consumer. No, it's straight up price gouging. They know that people will pay for convenience. If they're driving home and there's the gas station right there in their nice fancy area, they're paying for the convenience of just being able to pull up there.
We just DoorDashed Chick-fil-A. Dinner was $20.
Why'd you do that? The whole point of going to Trader Joe's was to not do this. Right? Weren't you just saying like, yeah, it's expensive food here for a week. Then you go and do this. It's like, what happens to all that food? Does that go bad?
Okay, and then again, Pilates was $9. So, total for Tuesday was $189 and what? No, $89.43.
Why couldn't she just have corrected that? Why couldn't she have just said, oops, let me cut that part out? The total, guys, is $89.43. Didn't have to leave that one in there.
Moving on to Wednesday. So Wednesday, I went to Blue Bottle and I spent $15 with tip.
Wow, Blue Bottle coffee, so expensive. They have these in all the ritzy areas. And it's honestly, I think there's such a big market for like, I call it designer coffee. Just coming up with a fancy name, fancy branding, and then charging exorbitant prices for coffee. And there are people who will just pay whatever price they need to just because they think it's better. So like they would rather pay $10 for a little cup of coffee because they think, oh, $10, gotta be really good. It's the same stuff that you could make at home.
Blue Bottle Matcha was amazing, but they just raised their prices, which sucks, but whatever.
See, they know that people will pay it anyway. That's the thing. They'll raise prices enough where it stings, but it's not gonna hold you back. Like raising their prices from $5.49 to $5.79. It's not the best, but you'll do it anyway. It's not like you're gonna get there and turn around. You're gonna go in and look at the menu and be like, nope, went up 30 cents. Going home. From a business perspective, it's the right thing to do.
I do have a grievance with this. Apparently, Blue Bottle just raised their prices 75 cents a drink, and I basically sold my soul to Blue Bottle, so I was like, whatever, I'm still gonna go. And it was like $12.76, and then I tipped. That is so expensive for 2 drinks.
You know what? She still did it. If I ran a Blue Bottle coffee shop like that, if people are willing to pay it, why not? In business, there's always supply and demand. You want to reach that equilibrium where you're maximizing the profit while still driving demand. And if people are willing to pay a certain price for something, where's the problem? People are willing to pay for something, they get a product in return, they're maximizing profits, people are getting what they want. If they charge too much, people stop buying, so they lower it until, oh wait, look, people are buying it now. That's how it's gonna work.
Parking, I spent $8.
Oh, yeah, she went to the one on Melrose. $8 for parking. Parking around this area in Melrose, it's really difficult to find a parking spot there, so you almost have to valet or you park 2 blocks away. That's the only way you do it here, but, or you risk it. They have permit parking on the side streets, and they only really come around like every few hours to give tickets. So if you're gonna be like 20 minutes or so, sometimes you play roulette with that. If just parking in the places you shouldn't park, 20 minutes, will I get a ticket? Probably not, but I'm gonna risk it anyway. That's what I usually do.
Dinner, I went to Sweet Green and I spent $14.
What's the point of her going to the grocery store at this point? She's eating out enough where she could have cut out the grocery store altogether and just said like, hey, I'm gonna eat out every day. There we go, what I spent in a week.
I feel like this whole video is me just like defending myself, but 1, keep in mind people, LA is very expensive, and 2, basically, LA is just very expensive.
It's not a good excuse. LA's not forcing you to buy Blue Bottle coffee. LA is not like,
hey, you gotta pay $8 for parking.
You didn't have to go to a lot of these places. And if she just cuts out the eating out, she wouldn't have to pay for parking to begin with.
Okay, Pilates, $9. So Wednesday, the total was $46. Thursday, I went to Pilates, again, $9. Celsius, I got a Celsius at Pilates, which is $3. Parking, I spent $9 in total.
That's the crazy thing with Pilates. So you're paying $9 just to go, and then you're paying $9 for parking. I think the problem here is parking. That's really what we have to crack down on here, is the parking is insane.
Breakfast, I got for free at Starbucks with my rewards.
It's not free. It's only free because you spend hundreds of dollars. You're spending so much money that they give you back a little bit in return. You know what it reminds me of? A slot machine. It's you put money in a slot machine, lose, 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 lose. But then you hit it again and you win a little bit back. And it tricks your brain into thinking, wow, I just won a little bit. If I could get that same thing again, lose, lose, lose. That's what basically Starbucks is doing to you guys. Spending hundreds of dollars. Oh, here, take a free breakfast on us. Oh, you want anything else? Yeah, that's extra, but oh, you'll be back.
Coffee, I got a coffee for $3.50. On break during class, I went and I worked at Bluestone. And then for dinner, I went to Zinc and I spent $25 with tip.
Yeah, at no point did she cook food at home. So the Trader Joe's thing, that was a failure. Failure. That just, I have nothing to say about that.
Morgan got an assortment of things. And then decide. Who did decide? So that total was $49.50. Friday, which was today, Pilates would be $9. Starbucks, $7.83. I went this morning.
Again, see, I told you she'd be back. She would be back. They gave her the free breakfast, and she's like, oh, I'm getting something free. Nope. Now she's gonna spend another $7.
Today, for every meal, I'm eating at home, and then tonight, I know that I'm gonna spend $7 on parking because we're going to the mall and it's $7 in parking.
Imagine that, guys. You have to pay money just to get the privilege of parking your vehicle at a place where you can pay more money to buy stuff. So you have to pay money just to be able to pay money. They get you. They get you at every corner.
Total for what I spent this week was $324.76. I feel like that could be a lot worse.
Listen, anything could be worse. Anything. You could just imagine the worst case scenario and be like, hey, it could have been worse. But it could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better, too.
With rent, it is $611.76. Again, I feel like I've seen worse. I've seen better, but I have also seen worse. My biggest defense is I live in LA.
Do you really think if she lived in another part of the country that she wouldn't be spending like this? Maybe we take like 15% of it and we're like, okay, that's the premium of LA. But the other 85% of it, that's just her own spending habit.
So that is it for my what I spend in a week video in LA. If you guys are watching these and you're looking to live in LA, you could definitely spend way less than me, clearly. You don't need to eat out. You don't need to buy the coffees. You don't need to go do all of that stuff. And you can also get cheaper rent. But this is what works for me right now. You know, we could all grow and get better.
You know what? I have a feeling she's probably making decent money. Here's the thing. Her YouTube channel, Kenzie Elizabeth, I bet it's probably doing decent. Obviously, she could be doing better. She could be cutting out a lot of the parking, a lot of the eating out, a lot of the coffee. I'd say my biggest things here, parking, coffee. Eat out from time to time. She's having fun. She's 22. She's making money on the YouTube channel. Fine. Parking and coffee, those are the easiest things to cut out, and she'll save an extra $150 a week just doing that she could put away in her Roth IRA, that she could turn to millions of dollars in the future. She's obviously smart, except for the Starbucks thing. But I mean, she could improve on that. Besides that, though, it's an entertaining episode, and that's what she's really given us. Is just really good entertainment, really good insight into what it's like to live in Los Angeles as a 22-year-old and spend a lot of money on parking and coffee. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as in the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single Sunday. And lastly, if you guys want 4 free stocks, use the link down below in the description, and Webull is going to be giving you 4 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform, with those stocks potentially worth all the way up to $1,600. So if you enjoy free money, let me know which stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.